Hey guys, Mark here with a guide on everything you'll need to know regarding buying and selling items in the OSRS or old school 2007 RS servers. It's really interesting to see the game with no grand exchange. I mean, skills are now dependent on one another more than they were with the grand exchange. I mean, woodcutters cut logs to sell to fletchers, fletchers make bows to sell to alkers. There are many examples of how skills are dependent on one another. With no GE, there's pretty much a guarantee that skilling will always be somewhat profitable since materials aren't so readily available to be purchased in massive amounts of bulk, and no one's going to buy materials from other people unless they make some sort of profit, at least for the time being. As a young adult who works in a business and as a salesman, it's really cool to actually see how some of my own sales tactics in my real life job apply to buying and selling stuff in RSO7. There's even a science behind it, as nerdy as that sounds. But I'm here today to share these simple tips and tricks to make you able to buy, sell, or merch your items faster and more efficiently. So, tip one: hide your public chat. If you don't select your public chat as hide or off, it will be impossible to see people trading you. And if all the flashing colors is an eyesore for you, you could turn off the chat effects in your options tab. If it's still giving you a headache, just turn public to off. People will still be able to see what you are typing even though you cannot. So tip 2, using colorful, flashing, waving text, etc. Do not, I repeat, do not use these color text options such as cyan, purple, green, flash. Definitely do not use wave and shake, and oh dear god, please do not use scroll, as you can see how pointless it is. I stick with the standard yellow font, no shaking, no funny business. And incoming nerdy fact, several studies have actually shown that it's easier to read print that is yellow with a dark background, or read black print that's on a yellow page, like many phone books. I don't know why, but yellow is just an easier color, more pleasant on the brain to see. I find it personally much more pleasing on the eyes and easier to read the yellow messages than those red, green, or flashing blue ones. Also, even though you're shaking or waving texts, they will stand out more, but it's not the right type of attention you want. The waving actually just draws attention to the movement of the text, not the actual text itself. Um, I just personally stick to using caps lock to make all the words capitals and typing my message a lot. Tip 3, location, location, location. There are many different areas in and around Varrock West Bank in which specific items are sold, so I'll quickly go over some of the areas that are the most common. So, random junk, gems, quest, treasure trail items are inside the bank itself, um, which no one really uses and no one really cares about. Amulets, rings, half keys, other jewelry is right outside the bank. Ores and bars are in the smithing house. Arrows, dragonhide armor, bows, bolts, crossbows are just east of the smithing house. Armor and weapons are west of the smithing house. South of the armor and weapons salesmen are the treasure trail items. Just west of the entrance to the bank, between the bank and the city wall, is crafting supplies and bones. Just north of that is potions, herbs, and secondaries for potions. At the entrance of the city is where people sell food. East of the bank is where people sell runes. And Varrock East Bank is where you go to get rune and pure S. It is possible, if you want to merch, to buy items for a relatively good and or cheap price in one of these unofficial designated location hotspots, and you could sell them in a different separate area for more. Tip number 4, be seen. This tip comes, believe it or not, straight from my experience in sales. You want to situate yourself in the most convenient location where the most people will pass you, and most importantly, see you. I personally like to stand just west of Varrock Square, so everyone that teleports to Varrock has to pass me and see what I'm typing. I stand out of the crowd just enough so people could see my advertising clearly, and it does not get lost in the jumble of people spamming. And please note that this works best for items that are in high demand, like teletabs, food, dual rings, games, necklaces, amulets, and etc. Tip 5, selling items in bulk. When I finish crafting a bunch of gems, I could have a few hundred amulets, rings, and necklaces at a time. What I like to do is make an offer like buy 5 and get 1 free in order to encourage people to buy my product in bulk. Not only does this offer a deal, but it also makes a longer message which more people could see over a bigger area. Not very many people use the deal anyway, but just seeing that I offer a deal automatically makes people interested and more likely to buy from me. Plus, who doesn't like free stuff? Tip number 6. Never lower your price. So you've been standing for 20 minutes spamming, selling lobbies, 100 GP each. Do not, I repeat, I cannot stress this enough, do not ever lower your price to get rid of them quickly. By doing that, you have showed everyone around you that you are impatient and will probably just lower it again if they just wait another 5 minutes. If you're having no luck selling, or if someone's selling for cheaper than you are, just move to a different location, or worst case, hop worlds. And if you're getting really desperate, sometimes people will offer you cheaper than it is, and if you're comfortable with that price, then accept. Just do not say that you were selling it for cheaper. Tip number 7. Using the forums to buy and sell items. I like to call the forums the lazy way out. Since the forums are the easiest way to find people selling the stuff you want, the items are usually more expensive, especially bulk items. I'd only recommend using the forums as a kind of like a grand exchange in order to find out prices of stuff. First, you want to type into the search bar for the forums, buying whatever item, and then you go to the advanced search options and select old school marketplace. This is the price that people buy the items at because it says buying this item. So if you are interested in selling items, you type buying into the search bar, and vice versa, if that makes sense. It should. To see the price that you'd buy the item at, you type selling whatever item. This is the sales price. It is always, if not most likely, going to be a lot more expensive than the buying price, like the typical GE. If you are patient, you can usually buy items for the lower buying price if you spam in one of the high population trade worlds. So here are some examples of putting my tips into practice. Alright, so as you can see, I'm standing in the crafting area, and as you can see here, I am spamming buying 1k green hides, 1,300 each, nice parrot, and instantly I get 2 trades, and I don't know if you guys saw, but there were 1 or 2 other people at the time that were also buying hides, and sometimes even for a higher price than me. So, as you could see how it sticks out on the far left? That automatically draws your eye, and it helps it not get lost with everyone else. And I still got more people trading me, even while the guy using the purple chat effect directly south of me is still not really getting any business. So I hope that's a good example. It's kind of hard to tell in the heat of everything because there's so much going on at once in these worlds. But I hope you guys can understand that that this simple. Oh, and also, do not forget. I forgot. This is very important. Always, always say TY or TYVM or thank you very much after a transaction, because if other people see that you are successfully getting a lot of transactions, then they're going to want to sell as well. If you say thank you, like sometimes, a lot of times I say thank you even when no one's even traded me, because it just looks like I'm getting a lot of business and that I'm giving a good deal. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's just some random tips that could help you out. Alright, and example number 2, I'm typing out selling power amulets 7k, buy 5, get 1 free, and boom, 2 people trade me instantly, and check this out. I offer 1 because no matter what they're going to buy at least 1, and boom, 35k, sold my deal right off the bat. And yeah, and look where notice how I'm standing on the outskirts of everybody, so it's the easiest for everyone to see my message because I am not standing in the middle. It's not a jumble, and it's just smart for like a business perspective. Wow, I can't believe I'm making like an entire video about the science and the behind selling, but yeah, you guys could see that it's clearly working for me. Alright guys, that's about all the information I have. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope this helps you out. Good luck buying, selling, merching, and making cash. Happy scaping everybody, and I put a lot of effort into making this video, so if you could give it a like, I would really, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good one. Love you all. Bye.